And yeah, we have, oh gosh, we have another licensed game coming up for you today. We have Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue with Spaghetti. Spaghetti, are you ready?
I am ready, Spaghetti. I feel like I was supposed to say that.
It's perfect.
Cool. Just let me know when we're ready to roll.
I am ready if you are.
Okay, cool. Yeah, hello everybody. My name is Spaghetti or Spaghetti, whichever one you prefer. I'm going to be running Toy Story 2 for the N64. So this game actually came out on multiple consoles. It was on the N64, the PS1, the Dreamcast, and PC. But today we're going to be running the N64 version, any percent 30 token. 30 token basically is exclusive to the N64. What that means is that this game requires a certain amount of tokens to beat the game. For every other version of the game, you need at least 40 tokens. For whatever reason, the N64 version only requires 30. So the route is, it's really different and a little bit faster too. So that's just some explanation on the category. But the time is going to start once I exit this screen and then we gain control of Buzz. So I'll count it down in 3, 2, 1, go. So this is a basic 3D platformer from the 90s. It's based on the movie Toy Story 2. I'm sure most of you, if not everyone here, has seen that. So like I said, 3D platformer, you got running and jumping and you have a little laser so you can shoot. And the objective of the game is pretty similar. I like to compare it to Super Mario 64. It was kind of like Disney's version of a Mario 64 in a way, because each level has 5 tokens, kind of like the stars in Mario, and you have to collect those to gain access to the next levels, etc., etc. For each level, there is a boss, which is the guy we're fighting right now. He has a vulnerability, so we have to wait until he powers down so we can actually shoot him. And we shoot him with a charged laser, so that way it only takes us 3 phases to beat him. But there is a boss token. There's also going to be a collectible token for each level, which is the little sheep that we just grabbed before we drop down here. You can see it in the top right corner. And each level has its own different collectible, which is pretty neat. You didn't see it there because I grabbed it as soon as it spawned, but we grabbed his Pizza Planet token. They always spawn in the same spot. So what I did there was jump into the token as it was spawning, and that basically let me grab it without watching the cutscene. So we get to skip like a little 3-second cutscene that would normally play there. Oops, missed my jump there. But like I mentioned, this game is like a pretty basic 3D platformer. You don't have like wall jumps and things like that. You got ledge grabs, you have a double jump, and honestly the double jump is pretty much going to do most of the job for you. It lets you skip a lot of areas if you time your double jump correctly. But what we're going to do right here is actually a pretty cool skip. So normally what we're supposed to do is race this RC car around this van 3 times, but we can actually activate the checkpoint trigger by just doing these little jumps here, and that'll count as a lap. We also landed on the token as it spawned, so we skipped the cutscene at the same time. So that was a pretty cool little trick when I first started learning this game. It's really easy to do, so you can just do it casually to show off to your friends. And yeah, you just basically skip the entire race there. Coming up is an N64 exclusive glitch. So we can actually go out of bounds for a little bit. There isn't very many out of bounds in this game, but this is one of them. Let's see if I can get it. So this will basically skip a little platforming section that's in the basement to grab one of the tokens. It either works first try or it works like 20th try. So come on. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. He clipped through the door, but what I wanted him to do was clip through the floor. We'll try it one more time here. It's kind of like camera angle dependent. There we go. Oh no. So I got it, but then I fell.
Oh,
That's okay. We'll just do the backup. So it's pretty cool though, because like I mentioned, it is N64 exclusive, which is pretty neat. Come on, Buzzy boy. The other versions of the game would just have to normally, well, we still kind of do a skip. We're supposed to push these boxes here, but what I can do instead, let's see. let's just do like a timed double jump to do that instead, and that way we don't have to push the boxes. At least I got to show off both of them, which is kind of cool. And then, as you can tell, we've been collecting coins on the way as well. And what that's going to do, actually, I didn't need that one. What that actually does is each level also has a coin token. So the coin token is basically Ham, and we have to collect 50 coins for him to give us a Pizza Planet token. Speaking of coins, I think I'm short on maybe 2, but there should be some backup ones as well. There is a puzzle token as well. That would be the 5th and final token for each level, and the puzzle token is like completely different depending on the level. So those ones do change pretty drastically. They're the most unique. The puzzle token for this level was that one that we grabbed in the basement that I was trying to clip into.
So are we gathering Bo Peep's sheep, like her little mutant sheep? Is that what we're getting?
Exactly, yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're getting. So like I mentioned, like each level has its own different collectible. And so for this first level, it's Bo Peep and her sheep, which she's actually in this kitchen. The way it's routed is really nice because we end up with just enough coins and the last sheep as we enter this room here. And then we just go over to Ham that's going to be in the living room here. Grab this coin. And you can hear him yelling at us, "Buzz, over here." The voice lines.
Just in case we couldn't see him.
Yeah, exactly. Another cool thing is you can exit the level as soon as you grab a token. You don't have to watch the cutscene for that either, or pause and exit the level. You can just grab it and exit the level instantly, which is pretty neat. Same thing with the boss levels. There is boss levels as well. So the way the level format is for this game is it goes 2 levels and then a boss level. So we just did one. This is the next one. It's Andy's neighborhood. You don't really see this in the movie. I think the game had to come out right before the movie. There was like a huge deadline they had for it. So I don't think the developers like actually watched the entire movie. They were probably just given like the script or something like that. And they kind of had to just like fill in the gaps to create more levels for the game. So that's why I think there's a lot of like random areas in this game that you don't see in the movie because they didn't have much to work with. Cool. So this is the boss for this level, and what we can do here is a cool little trick. By going like slightly out of bounds there, we're able to just like mash the laser and destroy him because he's supposed to have invincibility just like the first boss. But yeah, you're able to just mash and get that. There's another token that we kind of skip here. Cool, which I actually was able to grab first try. That token,
Very nice.
It's a pretty like tight jump on that one, so it's definitely something you need to practice. But what you're supposed to do there is inflate like this little like pool toy. It's like a duck pool toy, and then that falls into the pool, and then you use that to grab that token by jumping on it. But you could just do a sick double jump and get it instead. Yeah, so this is the first actual boss level. Kind of like with the other bosses, if you just charge a laser, I missed that shot, you can finish him pretty quickly. But he always flies in the same spot, so if you know where to aim, you can get him every time. I missed one, but he'll always fly back here, and that's him. Super quick.
I wasn't expecting to see Buzz's like face reflection in his visor. It jump scared me a little bit. I'm not going to lie to you.
This is it's like the best part of him. Like the fact that he has like the fact that they like took the time to add that as a feature is so funny to me. This level, the construction yard, is pretty short for any percent. We're only going to be doing one token in this level, which is the race token. Slinky wants us to collect these wrenches for him. I don't know why or what he's going to do with them, but we don't question it.
He's just plotting things.
Yeah,
probably to rescue Woody.
Yeah, for some reason he needs 5 like wrenches to rescue him. Also, speaking of that, why are they like gatekeeping the tokens from me to progress? Like they're my friends. They should just give them to me, right? Why are they making it harder for us?
Oh my gosh, right? Like I thought we were in this together.
Yeah, like aren't we all like trying to rescue Woody? I just thought that was funny. Cool. This next level is also going to be pretty short. Like I mentioned, since we're only doing 30 tokens, the any percent route, we're not really going to see this level. this is like one of the levels where you would normally have to backtrack to, because there's certain power-ups that you can unlock, and they just like let you progress in the level with like different areas. They're basically locked behind like upgrades, and this is one of the levels where you would have to come back to it to be able to, dang it, you'd have to come back to it to be able to get the rest of the tokens. There is a way to do the level without having to do that, but pretty tricky. Regardless though, we're only grabbing one token here, and it's going to be the puzzle token. We're supposed to do some weird stuff with that balloon and the button over there, but we can just kind of do that instead. You weren't supposed to be able to get up on those umbrellas like that. Yeah, exactly. The way that I everything I grabbed and jumped on was not supposed to be grabbed and jumped on in that order. So you kind of just do, like I said, the biggest mechanic in this game is the double jumps. There's like a semi-frame perfect window for the double jumps where you can get max height and max distance, and those we call the extended double jumps. So those are the ones that you usually get to be able to do those skips. So for this boss, yeah, it's like a giant slime monster. What
is happening?
Yeah, so you just mash here. This is literally just mashing. So if you're good at Mario Party mini games, you'd probably be good at this level. You're just mashing the laser, and it shrinks him down a little bit until he loses all his health. I've always
found myself asking again, why is it sentient?
Yeah.
This happened yesterday too.
Oh, with what game?
It was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, yeah. It does kind of give that vibe, huh? I've always wondered, like, what even is this thing? Like, we're fighting toys, but then there's like a slime monster. And then somebody told me once, they're like, oh, well, it's like a slime toy. Like, kids play with slime all the time. And I was like, oh, you're totally right. That is a slime toy. But it just doesn't look like it. It looks like an alien.
It's like, I guess, like if an alien took over a slime toy, that's what would happen. Exactly.
So we're coming up to my favorite level personally, and the level that has the hardest trick in the game. We're going to be doing something called text storage. And in short terms, basically what text storage is if you grab a token as it's spawning, like typically a boss token, since they always spawn in the same spot, if you grab it during its cutscene instead of before it spawns or after it spawns, if you grab it during its cutscene, you can actually store the little text box that pops up for it that lets you keep playing or exit the level. So I'll explain it a little bit more once I get it real quick. Don't want to mess this up. Cool. So the way I was able to grab it during a cutscene, normally you can't move, but if you do a full charge spin and destroy the enemy that way, well, it doesn't really have to do with that, but if you do a full charge spin, Buzz goes into a dizzy animation. If you're in a dizzy animation during a cutscene, you can walk during it after it ends. It like doesn't lock him. So that lets us grab the token as it's spawning, and it's gonna set up for this trick here. Oh, did I get it?
Oh?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
So what I did there was I used the exit level screen to exit level. And when you exit the level in the game, Buzz does that little animation where he says to infinity and beyond, and he shoots up into the air and the screen fades to black. But since we kind of mess with it with text storage, it lets you move while he's doing that animation, which is not intended. And it basically gives you a third jump. So you do your double jump, and then he does to infinity and beyond and gets a third super high jump. And that let us grab a token there that we're not supposed to be able to get yet. We're supposed to have a certain power up to be able to grab it and backtrack to that level. But we never got that power up, so we instead grab it that way. It's super sick, and that's actually a pretty new trick that was found. How long have I been running this game? 3 years? So it was found 3 years ago because I discovered it. That specific text storage setup, when I was learning the game, I was just messing around with the movement and I accidentally did that. And then other runners of the game that are good at routing, they were able to I was trying to clip through this wall. Sometimes it works and it's pretty funny, but it wasn't working.
Can we talk about this ball pit texture for a second?
Yeah. It's so sick.
I love how when you're like running in it, the balls like come up, but it's
they
very
shoot
clearly
up.
a flat surface. They're trying so hard.
They tried. I love it though. It's so
really did.
nostalgic. Like, can we just talk about like even the floor? Like arcades used to look like this. We used to have arcades in general.
Gosh, you're right.
Yeah, it's so good. But yeah, I found that trick as I was learning the game, and it completely changed the route and like shaved a bunch of time off the run, which is really cool. So that's my one contribution to this game.
It's a great contribution to make.
Yeah. For this level, we actually do have to collect all the tokens. That's part of the route. It's pretty quick to get them all here. So we grabbed the puzzle token, which was that claw machine, and the little token actually spawns in a random spot inside that claw machine every single time you play. So it's always in a random spot. It's pretty easy to grab for the most part, unless you're playing on the PC version, because for whatever reason, it's like really hard to grab. Like they make the hitbox super tiny for it. So it's kind of like a real arcade or like a real claw machine. It's like always rigged.
Oh my gosh, so true.
I can never win at those.
Same, it's impossible.
Or if I do, I'm like $20 deep just to get like a $5 plushie.
And at that point, it's
Not
like
even worth
some
it.
cost fallacy. I put in so much money.
Exactly. Like, did I even want this? Was it worth it? We're fighting the boss in this level right now. It's Evil Buzz. He died in like 5 seconds because we were able to pick up. I'll just show him off real quick. That's him.
Oh, hi. Goodbye, Evil Buzz.
Yeah. So there's a green laser that you can find in every level, which is what I have right now. And it basically makes most enemies like obsolete, especially the mini bosses. You can kind of just like spam the laser and they die instantly, which is really neat. So it makes them super easy. Oops.
Someone in chat says that the flooring is very Party City coded, and I agree.
True. Actually, I'm trying to remember the last time I went to Party City, but I'm almost certain it looked exactly like this. There we go. So, as you can tell, the collectible for this level was the little green aliens, which is pretty neat. I love those guys. I didn't know they were called like LGM, which stands for Little Green Men. That's like their lore accurate name.
Oh, I had no idea that was what they were called either.
Yeah.
I think everyone just calls them like the little aliens
Yeah.
or the green aliens.
Which is pretty close to their actual name, Little Green Men.
Very true.
Cool, and then we just deliver those aliens to this guy and exit the level. All things considered, that was pretty good. On that total screen, you can see the power-ups on the bottom of the screen. We only have unlocked the rocket boots that we got in Al's Toy Barn. I don't know if you caught it, but I forgot to mention it. But in that level, we grabbed Mr. Potato Head's arm and we delivered it to him, and he unlocked that power-up for us. So all those power-ups, they're not in every level because there's not that many power-ups, but to unlock power-ups in this game, you have to find one of Potato Head's missing pieces, and then once you give it to him, he just thanks you by unlocking a power-up for you, which is pretty funny. For this boss, we're actually using that text storage technique, or not text storage, the dizzy spin animation to be able to move during this cutscene. So as you can see, I'm like shooting these enemies like preemptively before I should even be able to, just to get them out of the way quicker. Because we hit that boss, we go into the dizzy animation, and we're able to move during it, which is not intended.
Early movement tech is always so much fun. I
Yeah.
love seeing it in different Speed games.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Like her, like stuff like that just gets found. The way I actually found that text storage trick myself was because of this level, because this was already known. But then I just tried implementing it in other areas, and that's how I found the text storage thing combined with this dizzy storage. So it was kind of like a cool like community effort in a way. It was a bunch of other strats that were found by other people, and it just kind of all came together pretty perfectly.
Amazing. I love, oh my god, I got jump scared by Buzz's face again in his visor. Goodness gracious. But I love when like little bits of knowledge come together to make like a really cool and fun strat that's useful for the run. I love that. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Especially when it's useful and it saves time. Like it's not just like oh, this is cool, but we can't really use it.
Like swag tech is always fun,
Yeah.
but useful tech is way better.
Exactly. This level, we're going to be grabbing every token as well. I also grabbed another potato head piece. That's why he's in that corner right there. The collectible for this token is these little baby mice. We just have to get 5 of them. Right, deliver
That has to be like an addition. That has to be like a we are doing what we can with what we have because we don't know what the movie is about kind of situation.
No, literally. But like, I mean, technically, this is the area where like, if you remember in the movie where Buzz gets like basically like he gets like swapped out with the evil Buzz because he puts him in one of the boxes, and then the evil Buzz is like pretending to be him, and everybody's just kind of like following along because they don't realize. I don't know if you remember that part.
I do remember that. I thought that it was silly that their friends didn't recognize in like the vents.
Yeah, exactly. When they're running through the vents, and then they use Rex's head to open the little gate.
Use his head.
Yeah, exactly. I always thought that was funny, but like playing through the game, I like brought up this question to my chat, like if we're Evil Buzz during that section of the movie, does that mean I'm playing as Evil Buzz right now? Right?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Like for this level only, I'm technically not the original Buzz. I'm playing as the Evil Buzz. Pretty.
Does that mean that like you somehow got replaced during the boss fight with Evil Buzz? Is that where the swap happened?
Or like after Alice Spaceland, I don't know. So these little...
The lore implications of this game.
It's crazy, right? It goes deep. Hopefully I can get this dude. Nice. So these little mice are the bane of my existence because they move literally RNG. They just move anywhere. And it's different every time, and they can move really fast. So if you miss them, it like eats up your time, especially that one that I grabbed on the wall. Because if I were to have missed that, I would have to go all the way back up here and drop all the way back down again to try to grab them, which is a huge time loss. But thankfully I got them first try there, which was really good. And now we're just climbing on some elevators.
Amazing. Someone in chat brought up a good point in that this Buzz doesn't have the
the little belt, the anti-gravity belt or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe it's just a key detail they forgot to put, or maybe we are the actual Buzz. I don't know.
Or maybe they just didn't know about that detail and they couldn't put it in.
Yeah, like we mentioned earlier, like they had no idea what the movie was about. I'm thinking I'm like short on a couple coins, so that shouldn't be a huge issue, but something to remember. So we have the green laser right now, and we're just gonna use it on this dude. Turn around. Okay, that sucked. This is fine. So that's not a big deal. The only thing that sucks about that is we might have messed up our cycles here. Yeah.
Oh no.
It's fine. We just gotta chill here for a little bit. At least we can do this. We can just see Buzz's face again.
Oh Jesus.
Gives us perfect time to just view this. I like how he has one eye closed too, like when you aim. It's pretty funny.
He's like, it's almost like he's winking permanently. And just yeah, you're right. It's because he's aiming, but like it's a wink too.
Here's the dad mouse. You can tell he's the dad because he's wearing a top hat very clearly.
I love his little hat so much. Oh, he's perfect.
And then the mom mouse is actually the one on the corner of the screen. We saw her for like a second, but we'll come back to her right now. And you can tell she's the mom because she has a little pink bow.
Aww. I love animals with little accessories.
Exactly.
I love cats with hats so much.
Do you know those little like fuzzy toys? They're called calico critters. I think that's what they're called. They're like little miniature like fuzzy animals, and they just wear like clothes and have little accessories.
That's so cute.
Yeah, they're really cute. I bought in a couple, I'm not gonna lie.
You're so real for that. Everyone's allowed to have a fuzzy little critter in their house. I have so many plushies behind me right now. Like.
So here's the mama, and here's your babies. Don't lose them next time.
Oh my gosh. Her little bow is adorable.
Exactly.
But yes, ma'am, please keep track of your babies.
I did a little setup right now with that token. So we did the tech storage thing again. Let's see how many coins I have. Oh, sick. I actually didn't need to grab that, but whatever. Marathon safety. So I did a text storage setup right now. So I actually have the little text box stored. So we are going to be able to skip the cutscene for Ham right now. Cool. With using that text box, because we're supposed to wait again.
That was
we're
cool.
supposed to wait for it to spawn and blah blah blah. But since we had that text box open, as soon as I interacted with him, I pressed A to keep on playing, and so it let me move while it was spawning. Just a little cool time save like that. All right, now we're in Al's penthouse. The race token for this one is Bullseye. He wants us to grab 5 horseshoes for him. Don't know why he needs 5 of them when he's only got 4 legs, but I don't question it.
He needs a spare just in case.
It's like a spare tire, I always say.
Exactly.
And then,
From like the wind Bullseye.
I know, huh? Yeah, he's sick. For this level, we're only going to grab 3 tokens. That one, the puzzle token, which is this really confusing train puzzle that I low-key still don't know how to do casually, but I know the skip, which is doing a timed double jump up here. You're supposed to push a box around these rails, but there's like a train in the way, so you have to conduct the train and move it on different tracks. And it's really confusing, but you can just do a double jump instead to get up here instead of using that box, which is pretty neat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so
very nice.
Every time like I'm watching somebody play this casually, like on Twitch, and they're always stuck on that puzzle, I'm always like, just do a double jump right here and you should be able to reach it. And then they're like, oh my god, that's so good. It's really funny. I'm a lifesaver.
You really are. It's great when you can like implement speedrun strats into casual play.
Yeah, and it doesn't like break the game or anything. It's just like you're just not having to do this annoying puzzle. For this guy, this is the boss here. He's the gunslinger.
Is this guy?
Yeah, this isn't Stinky Pete. He's just one of his.
I was gonna say.
He's just one of his cohorts or whatever. But we beat him pretty
remember
quickly.
this guy from the movie?
Exactly. Yeah, most of these enemies are not from the movie at all. They had to fill in a ton of gaps. This guy is definitely from the movie though.
Oh yeah, classic. This is fake Darth Vader is what this guy is.
Literally though, they even did the "I am your father." So funny. And then that scene where he like adopts the evil Buzz and he's like playing catch with them. He's like, "Go long, son. I love you, Dad."
It's so perfect. Like,
he's like, "I'm gonna go play ball with my son."
Alternative ending to Star Wars when?
For real. They just need to dub it with that scene. Cool. And just like that, we're almost done with the run. This is the second to last level. This level is pretty tough. It gets a lot harder. Like once you get to Al's penthouse, in my opinion. It's a lot of like precise jumps. We're doing the extended double jumps here to skip having to do we're supposed to jump on the suitcases to jump across, but they take too long because they're on cycles, so we just do that double jump instead. We are gonna do no, I was thinking about doing it, but I don't think so. So there's this strat that was for some reason in the community called YOLO. I think because it's so hard to do that, like it's kind of like a YOLO thing, like you either get it or you don't. I'm not gonna go for it, but basically what it is I would be doing this puzzle token that I'm doing right now, and I would do the race token at the same time. Sounds weird, but basically you have enough time to like enter this room for the race token and do the puzzle token and then make it back to the race before the timer runs out. But you literally make it with like a second or two to spare. It's super tight, and like if you mess up one, like any part of your movement, it's just kind of GG's. Oh, I jumped to the wrong area.
Yeah, I can see why that's called a YOLO strat.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, okay, here we go. My brain was stuck on like the 100% route for a second. I was supposed to grab Mr. Potato Head's mouth there, and I jumped the other way. I just got done doing
How
like.
was he?
What was that?
Hold on. How was he talking to you if he didn't have his mouth?
Oh no! So every time you find him, he's missing a different piece. So
Okay. Oh my
in
gosh.
the elevator hop level, he was missing his shoe, his foot. And then in Alice Toy Barn, when we got the rocket shoes unlocked, he was missing his arm. But yeah, in this level, he's missing his mouth. It's actually a pretty, yeah, there's actually like a really cool little detail. If I were to go and talk to Potato Head when he's missing a piece, he tells you like, hey, I'm missing this, go find it for me. But if you were to go up to him in this level while he's missing his mouth, his text just says like, It's because he can't talk. It's so funny.
That's fantastic. Oh, I'm so glad that they thought about that.
Yeah, I never realized until I played through it casually again. And I went over to talk to him, and then his text just says because he can't talk to you. It's so funny.
No, that's a bit in the movie too, I think. So that's,
yeah,
that's so
exactly.
good.
Okay. So yeah, he gave us these hover boots that we're using right now to be able to get up here. But we only need them for this, so we won't use them again. I mean, there's other areas in the game that you do need them to backpack to. But for this run, we're only using it here. And also, here's Stinky Pete.
There he is. The good old Prospector.
Yep, Prospector. And we just spin to win on him. Just get him out of the way there. Cool. And jump into his token and exit the level. Alright, so this next level coming up, this one is gonna implement that text storage trick again, and we're actually, hopefully, we can use it twice to skip 2 tokens, or skip 2 puzzles, I should say. We're gonna use it to skip the race token, and we're gonna use it to skip the puzzle token. And it all starts with, like I said earlier, you set it up by using a boss token, since you can grab his during the cutscene, yada yada. Try to get up to the boss by doing this tricky jump here. Nice, first try.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's actually kind of hard to do. So you have to have the rocket boots, and then you just kind of time your jumps off of that little green platform ramp thingy to be able to get up here. Normally, the way to get up here is there's a giant plane that's circling the map right now, and it's on a cycle, and you have to like stand on one of its wings for a while. Actually, I messed up my setup there. I'd rather just get hit. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to risk it. Okay, sick.
Very good backup.
Yeah, I was like, my camera is all jank right now. Let me just let him hit me and set it up again. Because you have to stand right where it spawns, right? Or else you won't get the storage. So I was like, let me just try it. So what I did there, yeah, the text storage. So we have the boss's text box right now for his token. We're going to use it here for this race. Normally, you're supposed to run around this little black line area. If you touch the green slime, the token disappears and you have to start Slinky Dog's race all over again. But the text storage lets us start the race from wherever we want. Nice. And we started it from outside of the race area. And then I set up another text storage on top of that. So we kind of stacked them by grabbing that token with the boots. I landed in the slime after I grabbed the token. So it didn't let the text box appear. So I'm storing that one now. And instead of doing this weird puzzle that you see here with the light bulbs, it would bring this helicopter down. Instead, we're gonna do the exit level here and just grab the token this way, which is so sick.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because you're supposed to do that light bulb puzzle down there and match the lights, and it's really weird. And that is different every time you play too. There's like 12 different possible like combinations. But yeah, you can just do that instead, and it's super sick. It's a really flashy level.
Who needs to do a puzzle when you can just leap up into the air?
Yeah, just like that, we're already at the end. And look at that. It's the 3 bosses that we fought earlier just together. Not very creative. I'll take it.
The gang's all here.
You saw earlier too, right before these dudes popped up. But Jesse and Woody were there. So in all their weird, cursed N64 texture glory. We'll see their faces again. Yeah, Woody and Jesse have a pretty cursed looking face in this game. It's pretty funny though. But yeah, the timer's coming up right now as soon as his health drops all the way down. So, one more hit. time. Oh, no. Time. There we go. And look at his face.
Oh my god, why does he look like that?
I don't know why he looks like that. But yeah, we saved him, but at what cost?
Oh no.
Yep, and the gang's all together. So shouts out to the Toy Story 2 community. You guys are awesome. I see you in chat. Love you guys. Shouts out to, let's see, people in my community. I see you guys in there too. You guys are awesome. This game was actually the first speedrun I've ever ran. And I ever learned, and it's really good. It's really easy to get into. It's definitely like a low like skill ceiling because there's not too much tech. But if you want to get really good at it, then you can like put in a lot of time to the harder tricks, which is really cool. There is a Discord for it, and you can find it on SRC speedrun.com if you guys are interested in running it. I'd be happy to help you guys too. I run it a lot, so if you're interested in just watching more runs of this game, you can come watch me on my stream, Spaghetti. I run a lot of licensed games. This game kind of like made me fall in love with the speedruns for licensed games. Like the El Tigre game earlier, it was really sick, and now I'm like putting it on my giant laundry list of speedruns that I'm interested in. But yeah, that was me. So stick around for the rest of the event. I really appreciate you guys letting me show off this game. It means a lot to me.
We are so happy to have you. Thank you again, Spaghetti, so much. This was wonderful. This was such a fun little nostalgia trip. Oh man, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.